Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I just wanted to talk about an important subject today, something that I feel is worth sharing, and something that I learned in my physics classroom. And today's the subject we're going to be talking about, the subject of power. And I think it's a very important concept to grasp, especially in these difficult times of financial difficulty, stress, and anxiety. And I know for a fact that shit has already hit the fan, and it's getting real, guys. It's getting real. People got baby mamas. There's a lot of confusion. Emotions. People don't know if they're straight, they're bi. There's just a lot of things going on. And most of all, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot to get done. And I hope that when you grasp this concept like I did, it will help you overcome those obstacles. So, first thing I will start with is called the power equation. And I love equations and I love methods because they have that component of truth. You can rely on it and you know that you're going to get the answer. So what is power? Power is work over time. Okay? There's a lot of other concepts over there, but this is what I'm going to focus on. Power. Now, when I saw these equations, I just jumped off the ceiling, man. I was bouncing off the walls, and look at this. I was thinking about power. It's an adjective, right? People say they're powerful, or there's a lot of power. By the way, this is in watts. Then I saw time, the time component, and this really hits me deep, guys. I know it's going to take a while to kind of grasp this concept or really hits you hard deep inside like it did to me, but power, you don't really think about it. Time, by the way, it's work over time. It's under it. So this is pretty much saying the more work you do, in less time equals more power. Okay? So power is it's an output. And that's kind of like my point today. And the great thing about equations is what you put in on one side, you have to put on the other side. You know what I mean? So this is the power equation. And so in less time, with more work, you generate more power. And in a sense, that's important. But it gets really more important when we talk about work. What is work? This is work. Whoops. Hold on. Work. Alright, so work is proportional to the amount of force times the displacement. So this really hits me deep as well, this equation. It really hits hard, really got deep within me, The fact that there's time involved in power. If you look at your life, we don't have a lot of time. We don't. And in that sense, we have a lot of power. The less time you have, the more power output you have. And in a sense, power is limitless, depending on the equation. If you just have two numbers over another, this is what power looks like. It never really, you can't touch zero. This is the graph for power. This power is unlimited, guys. You see, this is the graph for power. Whether it's negative power or positive power, it doesn't touch zero. This is power right here. I mean, yeah, if you get 0 over 0, but essentially it's undefined. Power is unlimited. Whatever you put in, you get power. Energy is conserved. Energy can't be created or destroyed. But I'm not going to talk about energy right now, but what I will talk about is power. I'm going to talk about work. So, a lot of times when I'm working, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. But this component right here is a variable of space. It's a variable it's a scalar variable. It's what determines where you are. And in terms of life, if you have work, you're getting somewhere. When you're doing work, you're moving from one place to another. That's an important concept too, like time, because when you want to get out of the environment you're in, when you want to get out of the place that you're in, it's obvious. Like I said before, what you put it on one side, you put it on the other. Your input is also your output. So if you want to get out of the place you're in, if you want to move from one plane to another, you simply have to put in the work. And the more work you put in less time, the more power you get. That's power. And that really hits deep when you understand that, because that means we're getting somewhere. And I hope that kind of makes sense, and I hope that you can apply this in your life, that when you do, when you face those difficult moments, you know how to get power. Alright, thanks for watching.